Good morning, world. Welcome to the Brand News Show, podcast videos. As you know, this podcast video will be on YouTube, my YouTube channel, Brand News Show. Go and watch it. Subscribe to the channel. Looking forward to seeing you guys over there. Also, just did an podcast episode, Living Honestly. So go listen to it. Pretty funny, kind of how I feel, but at the end of the day, it hits the mark for me personally. Also, I was kind of like, you know, I kind of was like having a kind of like a mental block until I just fuck it, let's just talk honestly. So that's why I called it Living Honestly. Um, which brings me to the question of the week. Uh, so I've been racking my brain on. I've had so many questions of the week. Titles for what question of the week was gonna be this week. So many. Earlier in the week I was like, it's gonna be called, winning is winning. What the fuck I was gonna call that shit? Winning is gonna be is winning a perception, like is winning perception, and something like that, some shit like that. I don't fucking remember what I said, but in my mind was like, and like I always say, I'm not a write it down person. I'm just more of a mental thinker, a visual person. I'm not a write it down person, because then I know I'm gonna change my mind eventually, which I did. So the podcast episode is actually, I saw something on social media, and it was like J. Cole and 21 Savage, and I think they were talking about love, and 21 Savage was like, yo, you can actually, when shit is around you, like, when shit can have you, like, if, niggas trying to kill you, when motherfuckers are trying to kill you, so you move different, like, okay, let me not go there, because I know these niggas trying to kill me. He's like, but love comes out of nowhere. Like, nobody teaches you that shit. Nobody tells you, like, you're gonna love that person. Like, and I was like, damn, that's interesting. And I was like, I could take it one step further. So the question of the week is love taught, or do you learn how to love somebody? Is it taught, or do you learn how to love somebody? Because it's a real question. Like, do you learn love, or are you taught love? Because it's kind of like people say, because this is the one thing people always say when certain things come up, like they lose somebody. They're like, like, I never learned. I don't know how to love. Nobody taught me how to love somebody. Like, it's like, I don't really think that works, because did somebody teach you disappointment? No, you learn disappointment, right? You learn disappointment. Like, did somebody teach you, did somebody teach you, you know, um, you know, yeah, did somebody teach you disappointment? Like, you learned disappointment. You learned what disappointment felt like. You know what I'm saying? Like, you felt like, damn, man, like, I never want somebody to feel like this ever again. So when somebody say, they taught me, nobody ever taught me love, it's like, I don't really know that shit. And again, like, you can't. And I hate when people be like, you blame shit on, like, your parents or somebody, or your first love, some shit like that. It's like, my first love broke my heart. Like, so I just, it's like, nah, man, like, and maybe I'm different because I've never really, been in love, so I could easily say that. But I feel like you learn love. I don't think you get taught love. Like, you learn love. Like, you learn how to love somebody. You learn that, okay, this is a different connection I got with this person, clearly. Like, you learn that shit, right? Like, you learn those things. So that's the question of the week to me. Like, is love, do you learn it, or is it taught? You know what I'm saying? I don't personally think is taught. I think you learn it. I think you learn how to love somebody. I think you learn, you know, the ins and outs of a situation like that. And it doesn't always have to be like a girlfriend situation. It could be parents. You I've seen people say, my parents never taught me how to love somebody like that or shit like that. And it's just like, nah. I can see what you're saying, but it's just like, your parents not there forever. Like, you gotta like, so is it taught or is it learned? Are you taught love or do you learn how to love somebody? So it's kind of interesting. So that's a question of the week, man. Is love learned or is it taught? I think you learn it, me personally. Um, but maybe y'all have a different opinion. So leave comments. Leave comments. I'm just like I said, and I love to read comments, man. I love what y'all post. So you know, and I give you real like, okay, I can see where you're going with that. So yeah, that's the question of the week. Is love learned or is it taught? And I'll see y'all next week. Podcast episodes out, and this video, just like all my other videos, are out right now. And see y'all on YouTube. Go to subscribe to my Brian Jr. Show YouTube channel, and I'll see y'all later.